What up, man? What up, man? It's your boy Chill Shop the Beat.
Showly the Holy One.
You feel me? You over here, Rejuv-Nation podcast.
My man, Timeless Trail. Y'all know what it is,
Yeah.
man. Get in tune.
That was a fucking great. You tuned to the Rejuv-Nation podcast hosted by your boy Timeless Trail type shit.
Mhm.
But for the most part, they're going to catch the angles, the selfies. What up, y'all?
Chilling,
What it
bro.
look
What's
like,
good with
Chant?
Shit, man. Chilling. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
We got the selfies. Oh, that's fire. Keep it in there. This shit.
Nah, I put it on my live. I mean, not my live.
On the story?
Yeah.
Shout out to Showly's story. I'm about to get like 15 followers. That nigga's lit. But we got my boy Showly and Shump in the building.
What's good, man?
Yo, first off, Showly, I appreciate you, man, because I hit you up last minute, like, and you was like, "Yeah, I'll pull up." So
we gotta make it happen, man.
Yeah. So how y'all doing?
Everything blessed,
Working,
man.
bro.
Everything.
You know.
I know you working. We're
No,
gonna definitely talk into it. But I kind of want to get straight into like letting the people know who you are. So
Yeah.
whoever want to take the mic first, because I kind of know both of you in a sense, but I want the people, you know.
You can lead the way, Shump.
Hey, man. Chill Shump on the beat.
Yeah.
Connected, bro. You know what I'm saying? Producer. You know what I'm saying?
What's that shit you got in your bio? Culture.
Culture shocker.
Boom.
Sound
Culture shocker.
sound curator.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It's been a lot of good music out here lately that I got my hands on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm continuing to push the culture out here forward.
So how did you even start to do beats? Like, what made you even want to get into that realm?
You know, young kid, you know what I'm saying? Teenage age.
Mhm.
Family friend brought the Free Loose program and broke me in, you know what I'm saying? I've been hooked ever since.
I'm gonna have
much.
to pause you right there, but continue.
All right,
I'm gonna catch
you know
your
what?
ass.
Where we at?
Pause.
We at the Breed shit right now? Where we at?
I am an affiliate of the Breed, so the
Oh
Breed
my
goes where
God.
I go.
Shout out to the Breed.
Shout out to the home
Yeah.
team. Real talk.
But yeah, man, you know, that's kind of what I've been stuck on for, you know, like the last 12, 13 years, man. And I guess I could say I've been benefiting off of the fruits of my labor for the last 2.5, 3 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
From someone who's been doing this for quite some time, like, what do you feel like kept you going? Especially because I feel like you've always had a sound,
Mhm.
and I always feel like you definitely were distinct.
Mhm.
And I'm guessing people are just now starting to catch on.
Mhm.
But what made you keep saying I'm gonna keep going?
Life. You
Oh,
know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Oh,
Just
that
run
shit.
out of options.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's been, of course, everybody had their specific options of what they were initially was supposed to be doing in life because it's so-called, quote unquote, the mid-class American way. You know what I mean? But you feel me? When them options run short, you know what I mean? You fall back to what you've been doing since you was a kid or a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Some
Right.
people, it's music. Some of the niggas is drugs. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? At the end of the day, when it came down to it, like music's been my love. So I just been benefiting off of it lately.
Sorry, I gotta always set a timer because I be talking forever and then I'll be going 2 hours in and shit. Niggas not about to listen to this for 2 hours, so I just gotta make sure I'm aware of what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate that. What up, Showly?
What's going on, man? Yeah, Showly the Holy One.
Mm-hmm.
Bridgeport, Connecticut, Trump Alive. My most recent work is the Show Love album. Right now, I've been campaigning Show Love as a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I got the merch popping.
Right.
Got Show Love 2 on the way. I got a big event coming right now called the Show Love Experience,
Oh, yeah.
May 26th.
Oh,
This shit
yeah.
gonna be big.
So right now we
Pause,
just
boy.
pause. But yeah, we just I'm just branding the campaign, me and my people, you know what I mean? Just doing everything we could do to spread that as far as we can, man.
Yeah, definitely doing a great job too, by the way. I like
Appreciate
the
you.
Show Love thing is definitely for you. Like
That's a fact.
that's your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how'd you even get into, like, before all this, how'd you even get into rapping itself?
I always was into rap. Like, it's just the way the ball bounced for me, man. Like, all my siblings is a lot older than me, so I grew up listening to shit they listened to, and I was just always ahead of my time with rap, even my taste in music. So it's something that kind of was always there, and I just started taking it more seriously in adulthood.
Okay. So, and do you feel like, what do you feel like you're most known for right now? Is it the music side or the business side? Because at this point, I kind of view you as both. But what do you feel like you're most known as right now?
Couldn't tell you, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Word. I mean, we're gonna get to it though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, let's talk about it. So one song I want to talk about that you guys have is that Good Girls joint. How did that shit even come together? I don't know if you just tell. I don't know if you listen to the episode I just dropped with Trap Phone, J Rock, and
I was just
Frankie.
peeping it today, dog.
We definitely shouted you out, and I gave you like a little. I was on my editing and shit. I put like a little snip in there with the little song.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh shit.
That was I felt like that was written already for that to happen. Like I was on Facebook at a random ass time late.
Yeah.
And he went live, and I just happened to be on Facebook soon as he went live. And he played that beat, and I'm like, yo, I need that. And I'm in the live where it's only like 3 people in there. So it's like nobody else even heard it yet. And I'm like, yo, I need that. Facts. Yeah. So he like, yo, this is what I need for it. I'm like, all right, bet. And he sent it over.
That shit, how is that? I mean, that shit is doing really well. The beat, the cadence, how you jumping on the, I think that shit fire.
Yeah, that joint ill, man. I'm gonna work that for real. That's a good one.
That's definitely a good one. How for the artist and the producer, how the concept even come together? Like, how'd you figure out? Like, how's your? Let me say this again. How's your cadence? Like, what is your thing when you go into the studio? Then you just like, I'm about to start writing.
Like my creative process.
There we go. You've been catching me with some good words, man. Thank you.
Maybe I should be doing the interview. Maybe. Nah, but my creative process is like when I really like a record, I might let it breathe. So I might fuck with the verses because I don't write. So I might fuck with the verses a little bit today, next week. I might put it in my voice memo, listen to it. So I had the verses for a while before I figured out what the hook was. But I just always knew I wanted Clean Up on aisle 6 to be in the hook.
Okay.
So then my man Randy put me on like, yo, I'm telling you, yo, Frankie with the lisp. And I'm like, I go to her page and she got like this character about her. Like, you know what I mean? She like a cartoon, but it's crazy. Like she got a big personality. Like
she got that DJ name. She got that DJ name for the Proud Family.
Exactly. Like
I tell people that all the time. Like, yo, that shit can work.
You go look on her Instagram, you might be there for 10 minutes just looking at Thriller videos and shit. Like she ill. So I reached out to her and she was, you know, she real easy to work with, man. She was mad professional. You know what I mean? She pulled up late, killed it, as you can hear. That's the way it went.
And what about you? What's your creative process when you're actually making the beat? Like, how do you find the sample and all that stuff?
I mean, at this point, man, everybody know my game. You know what I'm saying? I'm huge with samples. It's just I just need something to be inspired, man. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it could be really anything, man. Like, I don't like going to the studio and legit like trying to go there with a blank mind because I'm not gonna get what I've been looking for. I'm still gonna have that itch some way somehow. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather hop in the studio when I'm inspired somehow. You know what I mean? And it could be from anything, bro. It could be just and I just think of something. You know what I'm saying? All right, boom.
Yeah, I seen this shit you put up today, and I was like, man, this nigga sample Pokemon. Like, shit was crazy, bro. But it be like that, yo. It be like that.
I think one thing we have to realize too is that you really have to be a creative minded person to be a creative. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I didn't even know you don't even write your songs. You feel me? So that even just turned up. I really fuck with your music, bro. You know what
appreciate that.
Nah, fact. So like to know that you did not put this on pen and pad and this was off the mind, you really have to have a skill for that. So just pick someone to be like, yo, play Powerpuff Girls or what's the Powerpuff Girls, and you just make a beat off that shit or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just, a regular person can't just do that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? and I feel like the creative thing to people is becoming like the fad. Like, oh, I'm gonna just say I'm a creative. I'm gonna do a doodly do, and now I'm an artist. I'm gonna take a picture off a nice camera, and now you know what I mean? Like,
well, bro, I mean, this is what social media did to the world today. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got social media, and you got people who scroll on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and they see what people who really put their blood, sweat, and tears into, and just said, hey, I want to do that. So, okay, how did they get that? Oh, it's a Fruit Loop program. For people that don't know, like, getting a cracked version of Fruit Loops is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Right.
That's why there's a million producers in today's world. When I started producing in 2006, and I was like 14, 15 years old, I could only literally name a handful of producers in my town who's actually literally making beats. They weren't even using Fruit Loops. They was on the NPCs and the KRKs and all the other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
can you crack my computer and put Fruit Loops on it?
Yes.
I'm about to be a producer.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A. Exhibit A. But you know what? It's like what you feel me? Again, these are steps and processes that people who really been about this craft have really thrown them fucking 10,000 man hours in just to perfect it. You know what I'm saying? There's elements that
yo, that's crazy, yo. Because I was in my head, I was just literally in my head thinking the same shit. Like niggas is catching niggas when they stepping into mastery, and saying, "Yo, I want to do that." Like this nigga been doing this shit for 13 years. Now it's making sense for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got, mind you feel me? When I started, I came into the era where there was no YouTube, really. You know what I'm saying? So I learned everything on my own, bro. Like today's age, somebody can type in YouTube, all right, tutorial on how to sample, tutorial how to,
did that with my
you know what I mean? Like you could learn how to wipe your own ass on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with the process, it's like anybody they learned the 1, 2, 3 process, and then they gonna claim themselves as a producer.
Do you feel like it's wrong? Wait, hold on, speak on
it. The culture is communal. So
right.
If you doing everything by yourself, then that's not the culture.
Right.
You just being selfish.
Right.
Ooh.
You want to make videos, rap, produce, throw parties and all. Like you want to do everything.
Yeah. So you're saying that there can't be a person that's like a one style. It has to.
No, I mean I'm not saying that because sometimes you do it out of necessity. Like you know, sometimes niggas be poor.
Yeah.
So nigga might be like, man, I'm gonna shoot my own videos just out of necessity. Right. But sometimes it's just greed, and that's where it's a problem. Like, man, go get with the best cameraman, get with the best producer, get with the best hook man, get with the best stylist and all, and y'all make some dope shit together.
And out of all that, on top, just to add on to that, is the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? It's just the being out there, showing face. You know what I'm saying? Knowing these other creators around your community, around your area. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I pride myself in so hard, because I say this and still say this today. I'm one of the hardest working motherfuckers in this music scene. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest. Like, ain't too many fucking producers in the state working harder than me right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I take pride in that because I know where I came from. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you feel me? Like, now the respect came through tenfold because I didn't try to sell out, or I didn't try to bullshit my way through. You know what I mean? Like, I really took this step in. It's like, all right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this full-fledged and be Connecticut with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? There really isn't, like this, man. Like, as much as we're, as far as we're going right now, there really isn't somebody who really took that initiative. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's starting.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a couple people who I feel like have the potential to do it, and you two are definitely two of the people in my list. The reason why, besides for your music, I feel like you have a really good business mind. It might be your team or whatever. I think whatever, but you, every time you drop something, I'm like, yo, damn, that was smart as fuck. Like, why no one else thought about like that show Love Experience is about to be fucking
That's gonna be
crazy.
Fire, bro. I'm telling you.
Like, I don't even know how you
gonna be fire.
Can we talk about that? Like, how the fuck did you even put that together?
That shit been in the works for years. It's just all timing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes you make a decision to do something, and motherfuckers in my corner, they like the realist in my life. So I'm the dreamer.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm saying, yo, let's do this, and they like, man, you bugging, you ain't that big yet, or whatsoever. And then they, at some point it's like, all right, this shit could work right now. Like so maybe 2 years ago, I might have said something to somebody in my life like, yo, I want to do this shit called Show Love Weekend, and it's like, nigga, who the fuck gonna come to that? You ain't nobody, right. Or whatsoever. But then you put in the work, you do some drops, put some albums out, put some videos out. People checking for you, and now you say it like, all right, it's a real thing now. So you start connecting the dots. Okay, I want him to come. He from New Britain. I want Flows, Hartford. I want New Haven. I want the best vendors. You know what I mean? Because the shit to me that be not even a problem, but it'd be like the elephant in the room is everybody the best where they from.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I want niggas to wreck with the best.
Right.
Like, I don't want you to go to your gym all the time and beat them niggas you know how to beat.
That you've been
you mop them niggas for, you you know what I'm saying, forever. I want the best niggas to come to the court and rock, and not even necessarily beat each other, but just let it be known, like, you know what I'm saying, the nicest nigga ain't from your hood.
Right.
These are some of the nicest niggas too.
Right.
Your homeboy that make clothes, he ain't the best designer. He's a good designer.
Right.
These are good designers too.
Right.
These are good DJs too.
Right.
So it ain't just the nigga from Waterbury or Bridgeport. It's everybody.
Can we talk about that too? Like, I feel like your friends are always the ones that be the worst when it comes to like the support thing, and they don't even be good. But when you try to break it down to them, they feel like you hating. How does that work?
I'll be honest, man. Sometimes your friends will be.
Like,
I can't get into that.
Yeah, sometimes, man, your friends will be the death of you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you gotta really think about it, bro. Like, these are your boys, so they're gonna have your back no matter what. They're gonna fuck with you no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it gotta be a point in time where you gotta have realists around you.
Yeah.
My nigga, if you over here dropping 100 freestyles to your boys and they say everything hot, my nigga, so that means you 100 for 100, bro. Dope hot ass freestyles, my nigga. And somebody gotta be the realist. Be like, nah, I'm not fucking with that.
And then you drop,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
you
get such, and then
it's cloudy. It's cloudy, man, because on one hand you got like the self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, let's say all of us in here was boys and you rap and I want us to be lit. Every time something happen, I'm gonna say, why y'all niggas ain't put Trail on it?
Yeah.
My boy the hottest, because I want us to be lit and you the vessel.
Okay.
So a lot of times people is pumping shit for their own agenda. You get what I'm saying? So they pretending they man hotter than he is because they want him to be on the stage, because they want to be on the stage too. They want to be in the limelight too. So they pumping some shit just because they have an interest in it. But on the flip side, what if a nigga would have talked Soulja Boy out of rapping and said he was trash and Soulja Boy listened?
That's facts too.
Like,
so what's the thin line here?
It ain't one.
It really isn't, man.
You gotta. I think the moral is you gotta live and die with it. Right. Like, if I spend 20 years doing this shit and it don't work, that was me.
It's like this, man. I got millions of all my homeboys from my hood. They fuck with me, but I be like keep it a whole stack, my nigga. Like, I don't go for them for true opinions. I go to my manager, and I truthfully go to my shout him up, and I go to my brother. And these are the only niggas.
Source.
Yeah, shout out the source. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, these are niggas I know is gonna be like, what? They gonna keep it real with me. If I'm bugging, they be like, nah, I'm not. Don't do that.
Right.
Because look, you didn't even think that one all the way out. What happens if this happens?
Right.
Like, thinking of shit that I'm not, like, certain moves that I'm trying to make, or certain moves that I may have tried or probably may have had thought and process of doing. Those are the only people that I actually even go for opinions. And they, you feel me? They'll think it out. Like, yo, listen, you do what you want. This is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And you might have to deal with this stumble across the way. Are you gonna be ready for that?
I
you know what I mean? Like,
I was having this conversation the other day, and I was having to talk with my mom and shit, and she was just talking about, you know, when I'm about to figure out if this is really it or whatever, and I'm like, Ma, this ain't something that you can just, you know, stop doing. Like, if this is in you, then it's in you. Like, feel me? Like, when I was born, you wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna just get rid of this nigga. Like, I'm here. Like, we here. What we gonna do now? Like, at this point, I feel like, one, if I would have stopped doing what it is that I'm doing, I'll be doing a disservice to the people who believed in me from the first part. I had the craziest heart to heart with my nigga like 2 nights ago. We was just in the car chilling, smoking, and just talking about life, and like that, to hear how much I motivated him. And this is my nigga from like middle school. Like, we done did everything together. We just are on different times right now, but we on the same goal. You feel me? And just to hear that, I'm just like, damn, if I quit now, that's crazy. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you guys get faced with like self-doubt, if you guys get faced with self-doubt, what are some things that you all you do to get out of it?
I mean, I deal with that shit every day, bro. You gotta think about it, man. Like, as much and as positive as I am, as much success as I've came to at this point, I still get to that point like, yo, bro, am I really gonna get over that hump? You know what I'm saying? I'm still in that dark leap of faith, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still gotta pull a couple more rabbits out the hat, but it's getting clearer. And now, you feel me? Like, I know, like, I see the vision now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm really trying to get it all together, to be honest with you. But I ain't stopping. I ain't stopping, man.
I don't really have no doubts, man.
Whoa. How does that work?
I just believe.
Facts.
All right, so
I'm not saying I'm not realistic and I don't live in reality. It's just it's a difference between wanting to do something and feeling like you was born to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, talk that shit.
So I feel like this is why I was put here.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
And it could be rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it might be bigger than that. It might be like speaking to people.
Yeah.
But I believe I was put here for people to hear what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So you can't discourage that from me.
Yo, can who you be talking to? That's like to be honest, conversations like what you're saying right now, those are so important. Like just because you don't even know what you just did to me. Like you just like sent like a chill.
Why you feel like you was put here to do this?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but
so you gotta embrace that.
But sometimes that affirmation be so clouded by other things. Like I really feel my purest form when I'm like really amongst my peers, like trying to figure out ways to help them be successful or help increase any brand. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is that I'm just putting. I just really feel like I'm a person that you put me somewhere to do something, and I'm gonna make it better in whatever
way you could contribute.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when I feel my purest.
Right.
But I feel like I be getting jaded sometimes, to be honest, because one, it's not like I make mad bread off this. I still got a job. You know what I'm saying? So I still work, and all my money goes towards this, which is okay. Right. I sign up for this. I know what I'm in for. But then when it be like, damn, like this versus, there was one point in time when it was this versus like a meal at Wendy's or this versus some gas to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's the commitments that you make in private and the decisions that you make in private that everybody don't see.
Mm-hmm.
So when the shit works out for you, you'll know that it was days you had to do that.
Yep.
And they won't understand that. They'll be trying to figure out why they can't make that progress.
Yeah. Because they ain't go through the struggle.
It be people that I deal with that shit with niggas. I mean, I ain't gonna name them, but I deal with that shit with niggas who rap, where it be like they'll stop rapping and be like, "Yeah, I gotta get my life correct."
What you mean?
All right, go ahead. But when your life get correct, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck.
Right.
Like
I seen that shit happen so many times. So many niggas say that y'all need to get right real quick and all that, and just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Leave
But that should just be you rapping your. I mean, that should be you.
In your own mind.
Not even you in your own mind. It'd be you tending to other things outside of what your dream is. So you might have a love interest, and it's understandable. You might have kids.
Yeah.
If you gotta keep the roof over your head, like it's certain shit some people have to do, and it might not be in the cards for them. Like, just is what it is. Like it's people who. It might be one person who got a better family, where they can afford to bet it all.
Right.
On building the studio, and another nigga, he ain't in that situation.
Yeah.
So,
it's just a toss, right?
Just is what it is.
That's crazy, man. Shump, I got a question for you.
What's up, bro?
Because I think at this point right now, you've been, I hear my voice do that. When you've been depicted, like, you have a set sound, and it's more towards, for the people who do know about the dumbing and the yanking and all that, it's more towards that. And I also know, as much praise as you've gotten, you've also got some backlash.
Mm-hmm.
How does that like dictate or make you feel? Especially for someone, for me, I feel like you're someone that definitely needs to.
What's the backlash?
So for the backlash that I've heard is more so like people were like, oh, he wasn't the creator of the dance. For the record, if you're not from the app, you didn't create the dance. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But people really. Around the area that we are, I hear them when they talk about how like they might say you're not official or you're not this, you're not. I'm like, ain't nobody. But the nigga, fuck all that. The nigga doing what he got to do.
Yeah. But that's the weirdo space that you get into because it's like, did you come up with this dance because you wanted people to do it or not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like motherfuckers. That's like motherfuckers from Harlem being like. I ain't supposed to be Harlem shaking. Like, nah.
You know
when the world was Harlem shaking, they was like, yeah, we started that.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
So let me break it a little more. I'll break it down to you a little more, right? Let's see, right? We got Dumbin' Out that came from Dumb Out.
Yeah.
Which is over in the North and Arv. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Shout out to the homies over there in the Ave and Enfield and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know official niggas.
Yeah.
and dumb out. You know what I'm saying? That like through and through official. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who sat there and told me in my face, my nigga, like, yo, you doing what you supposed to be doing right now.
Right.
You feel me? Like, just keep that shit forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now we got Zoe.
R.I.P. my nigga.
R.I.P. to my little nigga, right?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? The one who evolved that shit, made it universal. Cause quite frank, my nigga, like you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Before Zoe, my nigga, it was not cool to be out here doing that shit.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And then now now that rest in peace, he's gone. You have his ear. You feel me? But it's a lot of things that dispersed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you feel me? We got people that feel entitled.
Mm-hmm.
We got people who feel like they haven't been credited.
Right.
We got people who feel like they need some type of notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really coming down to who wants to be the face card of the situation.
Mm.
So it's like, so all right, what are you really doing this for? Because it's supposed to be a culture, right?
Right.
There ain't no face card on fucking culture, bro.
That's a fact.
It took a village
Mm-hmm.
to create this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of the space I've been in. Rest in peace, my little nigga Zoe. When they brought him to my studio, he was the one who was telling me, yo, I need you to sample these party-like vibes or these alternative pop vibes and make that into some party shit so I could dumb out to it.
Right.
Trust me, Kick, I got you. Listen, watch what I do with this.
Yeah.
His words exactly.
Start wilding.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And every time I did, he'd make some magic happen.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
And he's done it time and time again, from Work Part 2 to Making My Way Downtown to Hip Hop to Handcuffs to Bounce Biggity. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had a arsenal of work.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So for him being the closest thing to like the one that's opening that door, making his dance universal, yada yada, when he left, it threw his close ones, everything around him to disperse. Like niggas really ran around with chickens with their heads cut off, bro. Because at the end of the day, it was a lot of smoking the area, a lot of, unanswered questions, a whole bunch of stuff, you feel me? At the end of the day, man, I get it, but it's like, yo, I'm thinking past the hood, I'm thinking past people to make happy and all that. I'm looking at it like as this, us as Connecticut, we finally have something to call ours, my nigga. For real. Yeah. Like a dance, you know what I'm saying? Something that's distinct. You feel me? Why are niggas out here trying to drag it, keep it back, and keep it here in the hood? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, what the fuck,
I think,
bro?
yo, honestly,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
not to even cut you off, I feel like that's just our mentality. I don't feel like we were taught to love for real. To be honest,
that's corny though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
corny, but that's the truth. Like,
it's a fact, but it's like me speaking as far as me personally, my morals, I'm not gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to sit here and let that shit slide, bro, because it's like, yo, my nigga, like, for what, bro? For what, my nigga? Like, this is a culture that people love to do. People are so, you feel me? Like, you feel me? You go to the West, you feel me? You go to the West, my nigga, you hear a 20-minute set of Zoe. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You go to any club and you go to any club on Main Street in the North End of Hartford, bro. Even in Hartford, just in general, bro. Yeah. You throw in here, it could be any type of thing that's dumb out vibey. Niggas can't get, you feel me? Casanova, dumbing out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Max B, These My Streets, dumbing out. You know what I'm saying? Zoe, Making My Way Downtown, dumbing out. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm not about to sit here and be dragged into that bullshit. Is really what I'm trying to wrap it up. So right. I know if we continue to push this door, it's universal, baby. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't worried about who feel about anyway about
that shit. That should be tricky though, because that should be like a vessel. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that about music. Is when you make a new sound, people might not notice that shit, but you have to show people how to dance to it.
Yeah, right.
And that shit happens. It might not be the artist, but it might be a nigga in the video. And it's like, oh, okay, this is what you do when this song come on.
Right.
Anything. West Coast shit, New Orleans shit, Atlanta shit. It's like, oh, all right, this is the vibe. Like Swag Surfing. Right. I ain't like that song, but I went to a club in Atlanta. I went to Esso way back when Swag Surfing was popping, and that shit made the whole club do the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, all right, this is the vibe.
Right.
Yo, I like this shit. Like,
Right.
I ain't like it before that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like the music that he making, when you see a motherfucker in the
Doing this shit,
doing their shit, it's like, oh, all right, this is how you do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now, as he said, it's a culture.
Right.
Because before that, it's just a cool record.
Right. So how do
And
we...
without the record, it's just a dance.
Exactly.
But when it come together, this is that's that.
Right. That's that thing.
Yeah.
Now, how do we protect that thing?
What you mean? What that? But you doing what they doing?
What you mean?
Why you trying to protect it?
No, not like. Oh, you can't do it. How do we keep it? When I mean protect, I mean push it
forward.
Like push it. Not let people be like, oh, you can't do this. You can't do that.
You push it forward.
I don't think you protect it.
You just let it go.
Because I think it evolves.
Yeah.
So it's somebody who's inspired by him right now. That's a producer.
Right.
And yeah, he ain't the type of nigga that's gonna be like, you bit my shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, yeah, youngin, I could tell that he, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
He took something from me.
Right.
And that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he might take it and make his new shit from it.
I feel like personally, bro, the ship is sailed. You know what I'm saying? The ship already sailed, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's already there. It's going.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Whoever wants to be mad about it, be fucking mad about it, bro.
Right.
At the end of the day, the mass
Mm-hmm.
has already
Yeah.
consumed.
And how many niggas
You
can
know
you
what I'm saying?
call?
Like-
How many niggas can you call every time you got a video shoot?
feel
You gotta
me?
call everybody that know how to dumb out when you got a video shoot.
Right.
Like every last nigga who know how to do the dance, you gotta call him.
You feel me? The white boy living in Fairfield, dumbing out. So that means you're gonna pull up to him. You're gonna drive all the way from North and Hartford,
Right.
and pull up to Fairfield,
Yeah.
go check home.
To check home, and he, yeah.
Come on, man.
I feel
Like,
what you guys saying.
let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
On the
It's certain shit that's more territorial than a dance. Like lingo is like, all right, nigga, you jacking.
mhm.
Okay.
But a dance is like, you make up a dance because you want people to do it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Right.
Like,
Now the question I have for you on the flip side, in the 203 and tri-state area and surrounding areas, wherever your brand is, do you feel like you get hate out there?
I get more love than hate, but everybody get hate. It's always gonna be people who don't like you for whatever reason. You might knock their bitch off or something. But it's always gonna be a little bit of hate out there, depending on. I don't jack a lot of dumb shit, so
Mhm.
I don't be arguing with niggas. I don't be trying to belittle niggas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't be trying to style on niggas, so I probably miss out on hate that some other niggas miss out on.
Right.
I mean that other niggas run into, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I be with my niggas on, you know what I'm saying? Like sucker free time.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Just doing.
I ain't jacking no dumb shit, man.
Right.
I'm with my niggas, we vibing, we in the club, we drinking, we with us,
Yeah. We good.
or we in the studio with us.
Yeah. Right.
Like, and other than that, like you said, it's creatives.
Yeah.
So, like with my niggas, I might be on this time, but when I fuck with Shump or Snacks or No or Henny or Bugatti, we on music time.
Yeah.
So I ain't pressed to go to niggas' projects and act like we tough. Like I could do that on my own in my hood. Like, so if I call up a nigga who I fuck with who rap, I'm calling him on rap time. Like we might build individually, but I fuck with y'all niggas on creative time.
Absolutely.
I like how niggas do music. I like the beats niggas make. I like niggas' ideas. I like niggas' direction. So I fuck with niggas and I get into that world.
Oh, got you.
So I ain't calling him for no let's ride and drink a Henny and go to the crack block. Like that don't benefit none of us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I feel like with me, man, I think that's just I've been able to show face, man. I make it an initiative to whenever I walk into a room, I introduce myself to everybody in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just every time I walk into, you feel me?
I think that shit just feels so much better.
It's energy, you feel me? You make sure you feel me. It's me sending positive energy towards you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you know that, yo, listen, I'm welcoming. You feel me? And that's kind of the reason why I feel like I get the love I get, at least as far as like our side and everything like that, man. Because you feel me? Like there's been a lot of areas that niggas really be like, yo, you was here? What the fuck are you doing over there in our garden, nigga? You feel me? It's like, it's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing over there, my nigga? But it's like, to be honest with you, bro, I pull up their door because of the love I showed the niggas. You know what I mean? I'm able to politic with people and just be real and genuine. And
people don't understand that that's the biggest, I think that's the biggest thing out of everything.
Yeah.
If I vibe with you, it's cool. Like I feel like we can do whatever, but the energy has to just be right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of people understand how important that is. Like just because you're gifted and you're talented doesn't mean I like you enough to do work with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay though. Like
yeah, everybody not meant to work with each other.
real talk. And you can have a wavy ass platform, and you can have a wavy ass platform, and we might not never do nothing together. But as long as we have that mutual respect, I think that's the biggest thing that matters.
Yeah.
Talking about that, I don't know if you've ever addressed this, but I definitely have to ask you, because you are the one that brought your comment is the one that brought it to life, and it's crazy that you two are sitting there right now.
Oh,
you know what I'm about to talk about.
I know where this is going.
Not even on no crazy shit. I just want to talk about it because I feel like you did the right thing first and foremost. Like I feel like someone had to say something because that's always been underlying.
I did. I know I did. I know I did the right thing.
So
everybody was trying to undermine me too. That's
Really?
what's crazy. But it's just like I know what I did,
Right.
and I know why I did it.
So for the backstory, if y'all don't know, Shump is working on a project, and this shit sounding beautiful so far.
Absolutely.
But there was one thing where he asked everyone to tag a producer or a DJ under different platforms, and Snow tagged DJ Perfect 203, which is her brother,
Mm-hmm.
and Craig G decided to jump in the comments, and he said something along the lines of, "Oh, well, we'll remember this when it's time to spin your music."
Mm-hmm.
And then they were going back and forth for a little bit, and she had to explain to him that it's her brother. But at the same time, you shouldn't have to explain shit to nobody, regardless. Fuck. But then you came in and he was like, "Yo, this is the shit that we're talking about." Like, feel me? How did you even feel when you seen that? And what was?
It was crazy because it's like, you know how it might be like you dealing with like people doing so much bullshit. And one person just catch all of it, that's it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It wasn't just him or whatsoever, and I don't think he a bad person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think he did a lot for Connecticut culture in a way, but it was just like, come on, bro. In that moment, it was like I can't not say nothing because the way I had felt at the time, and me and him spoke. Like we had a conversation, so I don't want to try to style on him in this conversation or nothing like that because we came to an understanding, and he helped me understand his point of view, and I gave him the artist point of view, and he got where I was coming from, and we basically figured out what the disconnect was. But in that moment, I just felt like, yo, how could you have the gall to say this publicly?
Yeah.
Like that's just brazen.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like if you gonna blackball somebody, if you are, don't say it on Instagram. Like that's fucking crazy. Whatsoever. So I was just like, man, if we saying shit like that publicly, then let me say shit like this publicly. You get what I'm saying? And it was just, to me, it was just like, gotta be some sort of balance here. And you know, DJs is vital to the culture and pivotal at that. So I respect, you know what I mean, they I respect their vantage point and I respect their position or whatsoever. So it's like in the same breath, like a couple weeks later, DJs had a conversation about niggas should pay him to play records in the club, and I'm like, yeah, all right, of course, or whatsoever. But certain shit is just wrong. So I just spoke on it, and everybody was telling me I was wilding and I was going about it the wrong way because I was being aggressive. So everybody was telling me I was wilding. That's not the way to go about it, et cetera, et cetera. But what they don't know is I've been doing this. You get what I'm saying? So they don't know all the nice shit I've done for DJs behind closed doors for no result. You get what I'm saying? So I ended up on the phone with him. You get what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I made a mistake. And like I said, we came to an understanding. And he just basically was like, yo, like we got a lot going on. Like I'm in the club such and such nights a week. I'm on the radio. I got a life. I can't be on top of every little thing that's popping. So y'all sometimes might think we know what's popping and we don't. or whatsoever. And I'm like, from our viewpoint, you're a DJ. It's your job to know what's popping.
Yeah.
Or whatsoever. And you in the club all these nights a week.
Right.
So I was just giving them that point of view, like, yo, these niggas is doing 20,000 views, 100, and I wasn't talking about me. That's what made it have gravity.
Yeah.
Like, if I was saying you should have played my shit, it's like, oh, you disgruntled.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, yo, you got this one, you got that one, this one, that one.
Yeah.
They all lit. They all doing 100,000, 50,000 on YouTube. The city know they song.
Right.
How y'all don't know about this shit?
Yeah.
Or whatsoever. And he was just like, it was basically like, yo, shit, get me up to speed.
Right.
And I respect that. If you know what I mean? If you gonna say, yeah, like I got a lot going on, I be missing shit. Help me.
Yeah.
Or not even help me, like show me what's hot.
Right.
Or whatsoever. But it was also a part of the conversation where it's like niggas think that they record get lit in the streets and the radio plays it. And that ain't how it worked.
Right.
And we had a long conversation. For me to explain how it worked right now probably wouldn't make sense, but it's more to it than just getting a hot record. It's relationships, is timing, is branding, it's a bunch of shit. So it's like the flip side of the coin is a motherfucker make the argument that the radio don't play they shit, and you could call them and be like, yo, you got a clean version? And they'll be like, nah.
Right.
Like, you don't have a clean version for any song you ever made for the radio to even play your shit. You know what I mean? So sometimes it just be like, some shit be real. Sometimes niggas just be frustrated. And I was explaining that to him too. Like, yo, niggas is shooting in the dark because nobody from here made it.
Right.
Made it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
there's no
a nigga from Brooklyn, they could run into somebody like, yo, my man is such and such. He under Cass or he work with Bleak. This is what you do.
Right.
And in Connecticut, it's like,
what
we gotta figure this shit out.
Right.
So I got such and such as a feature. I put my shit on World Star. The city know my shit.
Right.
Yo, radio.
What's
and
next?
It's like, that ain't how it work. You know what I'm saying? So
do you feel like we're on the right path of figuring it out?
yeah, hell yeah. The path to figuring it out is the path to figuring it out to me is nightlife leverage.
Okay.
Or whatsoever. So in a nutshell, right? You work on the radio, you don't make that much money to work on the radio. Right. In this free game right here. You don't make that much money to work on the radio, right? So you have a platform and a voice. You know what I'm saying? So you could use that to segue into another business to make yourself some money. So you work on the radio. Let's say you work on the radio in Rhode Island. You're like, all right, let me play Cash Doll record all the time. So now when I book her for a show, I could tell her that I played her record a lot.
Right.
She gonna give me a better price.
Right.
And she's gonna fill this building up. So it only makes sense for me to play her record.
Right.
And then I'm gonna be like, yo, this Friday, we got Cash Doll at whatever nightclub. And now all your interests, they make sense. So it's like, as a Showly or a Moolah Guapo, Sax Fifth, whoever, you kind of got to show these motherfuckers that you could fill a building up.
Yeah.
And once they see that, it makes sense to them because it's a financial interest in that. So, all right, he could fill a building up. Let me play his record.
Right.
Book a show with him or whatever the case may be. So to me, that's what it.
I think
That's pretty well put together.
Absolutely. I think within the smoke, I had a conversation with a smart man over the phone. You feel me about it? And he spoke to me about some things and opened my eyes a lot too, as far as like order of being politically correct. You know what I'm saying? So granted, Snow, shout out her brother Perfect, who shout out to Perfect because he's out here fucking killing.
That nigga,
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely. He got shit fucked up.
You know what I mean? Like
that Perfections, if you ain't been,
Perfections
check it
Lounge
out.
is lit.
Sure.
Fucking lit out there. You feel me? He's out here fucking killing the game right now. Like he's really like on niggas' necks.
And that's that shit. Not to cut you off. That's the shit I was just talking about. That's nightlife leverage.
Right.
So now you could get a favor because I could guarantee I could play this in perfections and make people know it. I guarantee it's gonna be 300-400 people in here weekly.
Right.
So I can do this for you. You do this for me.
Yeah,
exactly.
guaranteed. So I mean, I guess man, I was on the phone. He's pretty much telling me, he's like, man, listen, it's not like she was wrong for shouting out her brother.
Right.
I think what Craig his point was getting across, he's trying to get it across, but it came out
crazy
as an old grumpy, you know what I'm saying, and bitter way, was that there's ways of being politically correct.
Right.
You know what I mean? So are you gonna keep shouting out, certain people that are from around your way until this next platform you get into? You know what I'm saying? Or are you gonna start considering these top DJs that you need these spins and records from? You need these spins from just based off of ratings,
right?
In general, you feel me? And not to take away from nobody out here, you know what I'm saying? But you feel me? If you want to look at it like this, in a certain sense, Funk Flex is one of the most respected or one of the most highest hand DJs in this goddamn nation. You know what I'm saying? Craig G is a very respected DJ just in the hip hop game in general.
Right.
Like, never mind Connecticut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in hip hop, like, that man's is highly respected out here. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, maybe what he was trying to get, he's like, probably his point across was just, just to come about certain situations, certain ways, you know what I'm saying? Just to ease off on off of tension. It may not actually have been him being the one with the tension, but just going forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could mention that on Hot 97
right.
in New York, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, well, damn, DJ Drewski was just spinning shit heavy out here.
Yeah.
DJ Nuff was just spinning shit heavy out here.
Right.
Damn, where's the love, my nigga?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that could easily swift their hand on to be like, all right, well, I'm kind of done with her. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with this artist. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like his point.
The wild shit about that is, though, like, as an artist, you kind of got to do your due diligence. So, a way you show DJs love is like drops or whatsoever. So when you go get a studio session, you can take an hour and make a drop for every DJ you know.
Right.
And be like, yo, I'm fucking with Craig G, the hottest DJ. Right. And you can say the same thing about another DJ. Yeah. They ain't gonna give a shit.
Right.
Because it's just something for them to play when they on their set. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You say, yo, I'm fucking with DJ Loso, the hottest nigga in the state. And I can say, I'm fucking with DJ Perfect, the hottest nigga in the state.
Right.
Niggas can't fuck with Perfect. I can send them all the same shit.
Yeah.
And ain't none of them gonna get mad because you showing them that respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
it could really work back into your favor, my nigga, because you could walk up in the spot they spinning at.
Yeah.
Automatically, you're gonna play that same drop that you sent them along with your record.
Yeah.
You know
and
what
it's
I'm saying?
like, because the shit that he posted on Instagram is like, what if she said Craig G?
Right.
And her brother was like, yo, what the fuck? You ain't gonna show your family love?
Right.
It's the same thing, just in a different form.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So what do you do?
Right, exactly. So, I'm gonna talk about this when whole Double F comes up here, but I feel like you can touch on it. Talking about the radio and talking about artists and stuff like that, I feel like Mike is definitely an artist who hasn't got in the most love on the radio.
Yeah.
As talented as he is.
Yeah.
Right? And why do you feel like that is? Do you feel like it's because of marketing? Do you feel like because of relationship, or how do you feel about that?
I feel like now,
right?
You want if you want to bring up times now,
let's go before the now.
All right, so I feel like with radio, it comes politics, man.
Right.
You gotta shake hands, man. You gotta be in certain spots with certain DJs is at. You gotta make your face known.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of these niggas ain't really gonna remember your face until you win it like at least 10 times. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you have to have the quality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like,
boom. He definitely has a quality.
Boom, sure. Right? All right, I'm gonna bring up a perfect example. We was sitting there talking about this at the sit down with the Breed or at a Breed weekend. You feel me? I believe it was DJ Easy or DJ A-Well that was talking about it. It was like, yo, you got Joe Schmo over here all up in my ear while I'm in prime hours in the club telling me like, yo, spin my record.
Yeah.
Spin my record. So you think I'm gonna spin a record that this shit only got like probably maybe 20 spins on SoundCloud, my nigga. You want me to spin this shit at the prime time hour of at the prime hour of the club, my nigga? Like then like DJs take pride of that shit. For real. It's like, yo, this is like how we want niggas to know our name.
That's how they get their next booking.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, we're not gonna do that shit because you gonna fuck us up. You feel me? So it's like we like as far as me and Mike and Mud, man, we've been in many clubs just to shake hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to let niggas know that we support motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So you feel me? Nigga, I can't even tell you how many times you feel me. Management done messed around and been at Buck as far as like, you know, trying to get his attention and shit like that. But it's like we actually had to sit down and a mixing session with them. You know what I'm saying? We talked it up, and there was a little bit of confusion because they felt like, you know, Mike was speaking upon Hot 937 in a bad way, but not necessarily. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
More or less it's just like, yo, we just trying to figure out how, like, where's the disconnect at? Because you feel me? We really want to look at Mike's perspective. Mike played football with DJ Buck's son since they was kids. You know what I'm saying? DJ at the time, G Money. You feel me? G Money was Mike's fucking gym teacher. Big Reg grew up in the hood with Mike's father. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like none of them niggas know who Mike is, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he got frustrated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and you know what I mean, their argument is gonna be none of that is a reason to play his record.
Right.
I'm your gym teacher. You play football with my son, and I know you from around the way. So fucking what?
Right.
On paper.
Right. Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like his role might be a little bit harder because he know them, because it's like, all right, now I can't do this favoritism shit. So you gotta really get out there and make it shaking. You know
so
what
you
I'm
feel me?
saying?
And again, I still quote and emphasize on it. Just the one entity, the one last element is the quality. So in my eyes, the Everybody Dumber record was the quality, man. You know what I'm saying? And DJ Buck liked it a lot. So he just
that shit that record is undeniable.
Right.
And it, you know what I'm saying, the mirror is the mirror. A lot of people don't want to get in the mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, you
what you mean by that?
Being real with yourself and being self-aware, that shit is difficult, man. And people don't want to acknowledge the shit. Like how many fans you got?
Right.
Like niggas don't want to get in that mirror and be like, yo, I got 8,000 followers, but how many fans do you have? Like you might have like,
that's a difference, man.
You know what I'm saying? You might have 34 real fans. Like how many people is gonna buy your shit when it come out?
When you say I want to do a show, how many people's gonna pull up?
Like you take Beyonce for example.
Right.
Not to say you got to be Beyonce. That ain't what I'm saying. Right. But Beyonce come out with some shit. It's people who are gonna buy her shit instead of listening to it for free because they're that much of a fan.
Right.
So when it's like, how many fans do you got? When I say niggas don't want to get in the mirror, niggas don't want to acknowledge that they got 80 fans. You get what I'm saying? Like how many people are checking for you?
Right.
How many people are calling the radio asking to hear your record every day?
Right.
What impact are you really having? And that's not directed at anybody, but it's just a question that motherfuckers don't want to. These are questions niggas don't want to answer.
Right.
And it's just like, I got in my bag where it's like, let me connect all these dots first before I tell these motherfuckers I need something. So it's like, let me go fuck the streets up. Let me get my brand right. Let me make an impact musically. Let me get my music relationships right. Let me do all this shit that I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
So when I tell you bugging, you really bugging.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you bugging if you don't know my record.
Exactly.
Or they ain't not checking for it in Springfield, or it's just certain shit you gotta do as an artist first. And a lot of times we'll put the carriage before the horse. Yeah. So it's just like you asking motherfuckers to play a record on the radio, okay, then what?
Right.
Do you got a website?
Too, man.
Do you got motherfuckers you got ways for motherfuckers to find your music? Is it on the streaming platforms? Do you got a booking agent?
Right.
Is it gonna make sense for you after the radio play your shit?
Yeah.
Because if it don't make if the radio play your shit prematurely, you ain't even gonna benefit.
Right.
You just gonna get some popularity and still be poor.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So now you got a manager, you got a road manager, you got a website, your music is everywhere, you got a brand. You get what I'm saying? You touching people in the streets on the ground level. You got a grassroots following. So when now everybody dumbing is on the record, on the radio, for example. He got grassroots following because he did a bunch of shit before that record got on the radio.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So now it makes sense. Somebody could call him to perform. Somebody could call him to host something. Somebody could pay him for a feature.
Right.
And everything is in order.
Right.
Versus, I think my record dope. Y'all should play it now.
Right.
That don't make sense.
Right. Can we talk about business relationships for a second? Like, one thing I pride both of you, like I acknowledge when I bring you guys up in conversation, or even just looking back at what y'all do, I think you guys are really good at maintaining relationships. How do you do that?
Well, sometimes you feel me, you gotta break the ice in certain situations, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was initially Showly who introduced himself to me or me introducing himself to him. I believe it was on Facebook.
I don't even remember how it
I don't
happened.
remember. But
we both like humble niggas though, so it's like
you know what I mean? And it was a quick conversation as far as anything along the lines of, yo, we should just chalk it up, you know what I'm saying? We should work. You know what I mean? Somewhere in the future. And just eventually just organically end up happening as far as the chemistry goes. You know what I mean? But in my general aspect, I'm the guy, man. I've realized as far as this music game goes that I have to be a lot more outgoing. You know what I mean? So I started pulling up certain places and meeting certain people, and you know what I mean, and just introducing myself. You know what I mean, and just trying to gain those type of relationships with people now, and it end up turning into certain things. And even with me giving off free production, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like I still every now and then hand off a free beat to Showly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It's just off of the strength of
you about to be beefing.
Even off the strength of just, you feel me, of maintaining relationships with homies and all that. You feel me? So when it's that time,
it makes
the
sense.
favors, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's never a hassle. It's never like, you feel me? As far as, all right, we can speak upon my album, my collaboration album I got in the works, man. You feel me? People, I don't want to give out the names, but I got features on there from dudes that easily gonna ask a Joe Schmo, or not Joe Schmo, but any other nigga, 1,500, 2,000 for a feature, yada yada. But it's like, I call, let me know when. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a to me it's like I don't be trying to get over on niggas.
Right.
And I think that keep a lot of my relationships pure because you gotta add value to something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta add something to the situation for it to make sense. So if I ask you for an interview, it's gonna be like my traction is gonna help the interview. If I ask for it. Or whatsoever. And it's gonna be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do if you interview me. This is how it's gonna benefit you. This is how I'm gonna help. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, it's being genuine and not trying to get over. So I could call him and be like, yo, I'm having a food tasting at the Show Love Lounge, bro. Like, pull up. Don't worry about nothing. And he'll pull up and it'd be like, you feel me? Just it's nothing to gain. It's just genuine love. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or whatsoever. So then I hit him and be like, yo, can you track this sample for me? And he'll jump on it. And it's we haven't known each other that long. You get what I'm saying? And it's producers I knew for 10 years that I could be like, yo, can you track this sample? And to this day I ain't get them. So it's just, you know what I mean? Like I said, I said that shit earlier though. The creatives, I keep that shit. I do all I can to keep that shit pure. If I call Snacks to mix a record and he say 300, I'm gonna say, all right. And I'm gonna give him 300. I ain't gonna tell him he wildin' or none of that. If I don't like the price, I'm gonna just be like, all right, yo, thank you, and I'm gonna check another option. If I call a rapper and I be like, yo, I got a set, yo, can you perform? And they be like, yo, I need 500. I'm be like, all right, bro, let me check on it. And if I feel like it's worth it, I'm gonna pay him. But I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I don't be on no fuck shit trying to get over, trying to use people, trying to stand next to niggas because they lit. I don't do none of that. So I don't get none of that whole shit that niggas be doing because I don't do it. I don't even involve myself in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Word. So now we go to the show love experience.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it. I want to talk about because I don't think no one really knows what it is. Like I see everyone. I see when you first dropped the flyer, I'm like, oh shit, that's a lot of motherfuckers.
It's a wild and I ain't gonna talk about it yet.
Yeah.
But it's something that's important about this show. And when it's all said and done, when it go up like I know it's gonna go up,
yeah,
I'm gonna explain it afterwards and be like, yo, boom, and you gonna remember this conversation.
Yeah. You might just have to follow up here.
It's some shit that niggas be doing that they don't have to do.
Word. Okay.
And that's all I could give you.
Can you tell me off air?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna talk about this. So the show love experience, it's just tell me what it is. I don't want you to go into detail, but just tell
I could talk about that.
Okay.
I can't tell you what my my motive was,
Okay.
but as far as my agenda for throwing the show love experience, like I said, is to get everybody on the same page, to get rid of the silos.
Yeah.
So a nigga from Bridgeport could see he's one of the best producers. So a nigga from Hartford could see that I'm one of the nicest niggas. For a nigga from Waterbury could see that Mindless Thoughts make some of the best clothes. For somebody from New Haven to see that Shorty got good weaves out in Meriden.
Right.
And just to bring everybody into one place because Connecticut's small.
Yeah, right.
Or whatsoever. So a city being behind you makes a difference when you're from a big city.
Yeah.
It don't make a difference when you're from New Haven or Bridgeport or Hartford. That shit don't make no difference.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying? No disrespect to none of them cities because I fuck with Bridgeport. I'm from Bridgeport, New Haven, Hartford, I fuck with.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if everybody in Hartford, if every rap fan in Hartford is a fan of you, that's not a lot of people.
Right.
So I feel like you kind of need to state for that shit that like Meek Mill having Philly behind him is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
21 Savage having Atlanta behind him is a big deal.
Yeah.
A nigga having Houston behind him is a big deal.
Right.
YG having LA behind him is a big deal.
Yeah.
A nigga having Norwalk behind him is not a big deal. It's like 1,500 people.
Right.
Rap fans.
Yeah.
Not everybody in the city.
Yeah.
So it's just like I want it to be like Connecticut.
Right.
I want everybody to know about everybody and not on no We Are the World shit, but just to be aware.
Right. So drop the location and the date.
It's May 26th, 195 Freight Street at Van Gogh. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
Day party, right?
Day party, 5 to 10 trade show. It's Bugatti, Mula Guapo, Mike Flows, Snopra, Showly, K Dose, Shump, DJ Perfect, DJ Easy, DJ Moolah, DJ Jewels, Mindless Thoughts, Grind Flu, See No Evil, Show Love, like it's a million motherfuckers that I don't want to miss. Lily Ennis, it's motherfucking Forever Customs Tattoos. It's Erica McQueen, Food Truck, Post Stacks, Jerk King out of New Haven. So it's a lot of motherfuckers there, man.
Yeah, man.
Like Lovelace, like it's literally motherfuckers from everywhere who lit.
Yeah, right.
And it's just a platform. And the ill one about it to me is, and you gotta fuck with me too. I got a journalist. I got a press section.
Yeah.
So it's Tia Long, Y Jones, Couch Talk, Johnny Bird from Dumo. It's a radio station we got in Bridgeport that's slipping my mind.
Is that CT Zone?
CT Zone, they coming to cover it.
Oh yeah.
So I want the journalists to come. I want the people to see who the journalists are.
Yeah. Okay.
To know who to get their music to know who to, you know what I mean? I want the people to see who to get unbiased opinion from. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't just me saying my man hot.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I want the journalist scene in Connecticut to come up as well. Cause it all go hand in hand. Like if I get a motherfucking a Porsche, I ain't supposed to be the nigga talking about it.
Right.
You supposed to be telling people I got a Porsche.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Chill Shump is dating so and so, you supposed to be the motherfucker talking about it.
Yeah.
If a nigga album coming out, Y Jones is supposed to be talking about it. Tia Long supposed to be talking about it, not
us talking about
not us just praising ourselves all the time. So that's the element that I want to make sense. And I want the artists to know who the journalists are and who the bloggers are and what the podcasts are, and I want y'all to know who niggas is as well.
Yeah. You just try to really make that full-on connection right there.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look around, it's like, look at New York.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You got M.A., you got Boogie, you got Cash, you got Don Q, you got Dave East, Badass. You know what I mean? Whoever else. But you had Tax. You had Joe Budden's podcast. Then you had him on Complex on another podcast.
A waste of time with It's the Real.
You know what I'm saying? You got Scotty Beam, you got It's Jameer, you got 97, you got 105.
My guy.
So you got all these platforms to support these artists.
Yeah.
One can't go without the other.
Yeah, right. Gotta work hand in hand.
Excuse me. So I feel like that gotta happen here as well. Like y'all collectively as journalists gotta make that name for yourselves as well.
Yeah.
And I want to support that by putting them on the platform at that event.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I definitely was gonna pull up off the train just because I just want to see.
Nah, that if you don't come to that, then you
bugging, bro.
Right.
You're a fucking rock.
Like it's Sunday, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody there.
Pulling up.
Special guest performances from niggas who ain't even on the flyer.
Yeah.
The hottest shit. Niggas dropping unreleased clothes and you know what I mean?
It's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man.
And I want to touch on one thing. You have to have a certain amount of respect to even get some of those people to get in that room and to be down to work together. Like y'all don't know how hard that is in its entirety. So I definitely want to give you a shout out for that. Just being the forefront of it and everyone like, yo, I fuck with Showly, so I'm gonna make it happen. Whether I have a difference with this person or whether I had something, an engagement, I'm gonna make sure I'm here.
Yeah.
That's fire as fuck.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that, man.
For sure,
It is definitely humbling.
Yeah.
And you want as a person, you want to make sure that you don't take that for granted or neglect those relationships at all.
Absolutely.
So before we leave, I'd like to give the people who pay attention to the podcast some homework. So based on the conversation we had so far, what would be something that you would recommend someone that either you inspire, who looks up to you, who's trying to get into this realm, who's in it and just is undefined, or even someone who's polished and just wants some feedback from two intellectual individuals? What is something that you would leave as an assignment?
I'll say look into real estate. Now, before I breaked into that, right?
I was about to say, you see my face? I was like, damn, you went from music to okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. No, before, but listen to what listen to how I say that, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, when we think of real estate, we think of houses and property. But I'm really focusing on our property. Right. You know what I'm saying? Owning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, all right, boom. How many of us out here chasing what we actually love to do, man? Right. You feel me? Right. But at the same time, have to really deal with life. Right. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to my man Apathy, bro, because I swear to God, that man done sparked so many fucking plugs in my head lately. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just off it. I've been talking to him like on some one-on-one lately a lot. You know what I mean? And he's just like, yo, man, like, what are you doing? Like, are you working or what's going on? He's like, you feel me? How's the labels going? Yada yada. I'm like, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting checks here and there, but you feel me? Like, it's not like it's covering everything I need to cover. Yeah. I said, bro, listen, man, leave that shit alone. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave it. Let that shit build. You know what I mean? What you should do is just, bro, work a bullshit job. Work a fucking work a fucking temp job for however long you need to have just to keep you up on top of bills. And then in the meantime, you can let your royalty checks stack up, bro. Get enough at least to the point you got 20K or whatever the fuck, 30K, 40K, whatever, bro. Buy some property. You could be a fucking landlord if you want, my nigga. Be a landlord if you want. Pay your own fucking bills. You can live in your own fucking property if you want, and then you got all the time in the world to work on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then, still get money. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like it's just that factor of. I've been doing a lot of research lately, man, and I got this triangle. I mean, it's called a human need pyramid, right? Okay. So at the bottom of the pyramid, you got breathing, eating, sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Sex, and then you got the next column, which would be the self-employment. You know what I'm saying? Be employment, jobs, just money, financial reason and believing. Then after that, I think the top is like morals and self-esteem. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just being comfortable. It's pretty much saying you need one. You need one to be good for you to get to the next. And you need next to be good to get to the next. And you need next to be good to get to the next. To just be at peace.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
If you're not at peace, your mind at some point something's gonna ramble.
Yeah.
You feel me? Intellectually.
Right.
You feel me? Something ain't gonna be so right in the head with you.
Yeah.
And it's gonna fuck you up so much to the point that it's gonna take away from what you really want to do, which is your dream.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So I mean, as far as me studying that and just trying to master it, I've been able to. I'll be honest, man. I've been the most at ease that I've been in the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like from going to me having my daughter in 2014 and feel me, just trying to make sure you feel me she good and staying above on bills and all that, bro. It's hard. That shit was fucking hard, man. Right. But it's like now I'm really starting to get the picture. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, now it's not that hard no more because I have a vision, right? And I know where to go with it. Right. So it's like it's just that peace of mind that's keeping me going. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Right. It's just those things, just real sick. Gotcha. Probably. What
about you? If I could give anybody advice that was trying to figure something out, I would say be fearless in it and devote yourself to it. And it sounds vague, but to me, that's like the key to figuring something out. Just immerse yourself in it and don't be afraid to fail. Mm-hmm. And you'll figure it out. Right. If you really invested in it, you'll figure it out.
Can y'all please leave y'all social media handles, so you know.
Everything at Chill Shump, man. Y'all already know this shit. At Chill Shump, man.
Come and talking spicy.
Yeah, man. Showly54 on Instagram and all that other shit, Twitter, SoundCloud, Showly54. Get that Good Girls record too, man. Showly Good Girls featuring Frankie with the Lisp. Yeah. Produced by Chill Shump on every platform. Right. Show Love 2 coming soon. The Show Love Experience, man, May 26th. Be there, you a fucking dub.
Show love or get no love. I got that from the Mystery Girl shit.
Oh yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah, shout out to MG. But it's your boy Thomas Trail. You're tuned to the Rejuv-Nation podcast. Before I end it, I just want to thank everybody. Y'all be tuning in. Y'all be giving feedback. Y'all be checking in. Y'all be on my ass when that shit not on time. I'm working on it.
Yeah, make this the next episode too.
Make this the next one?
Yeah, so motherfuckers can come to the Show Love Experience so they can see this shit in time.
This shit definitely gonna be up before. Yeah, for sure.
I bet that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? If anyone got any feedback, anyone got any, whatever, please drop it. I'm all ears. And with that, in Rejuv we trust. And we out.